What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys, CDs this time, and we're going to take another look at a mini stack of some 2018 releases from probably one of my favorite brutal death metal labels going today, that being Comatose Music. Of course, that label has always remained busy, always remained consistent with putting out new releases, reissues, just a whole gamut of great stuff. And since 2018 was a relatively busy year for Comatose, that label had put out a whole bunch of solid releases, and we're going to talk about 5 certain records releases here today. So, first, what we're listening to in the background, Mass Infection for I Am Genocide. More on Mass Infection later, but this is just a reminder that this album is still fucking great. Alright, now let's get on to the releases. This first, and these are in ABC order, by the way. So we're going to start off with this first release here from a North Carolina-based death metal band. Yeah, this is Abhorrent Deformity with Slaughter Monolith. Yeah. This is their second full-length album, and this is the follow-up to their debut full-length from a couple of years ago called Enmity of Malevolence, I want to say. And Abhorrent Deformity play a style of brutal death metal that's pretty much in tone with the Comatose Music sort of style. Very garish, very brutal, very discomforting lyrics, guttural vocals, sick as fuck riffs. This band has the total package when it comes to straight to the point brutal death metal, and this release, I think this is a much stronger, much better, much more concise release. I think that they have an if it ain't broke, don't fix it sort of mentality here, but I think Abhorrent Deformity stepped things up a lot better here and a lot smoother here with Slaughter Monolith. I mean, listening to songs like Ripped from a Mother's Mutilated Womb, Three-Piece Flesh Suit, The Fine Art of Amputation, Purification Through Bodily Dismemberment. Just some seriously wicked, over-the-top shit going on here with this album, but this band makes it fun, and they definitely are continuing to grow and have better things suited for them in the future. So yeah, if you're into straight up brutal death metal goodness, I would recommend Abhorrent Deformity with Slaughter Monolith. Really killer stuff. This next one that I'm going to talk about here is probably one of my favorite releases out of the 2018 lot of stuff put out through Comatose Music, and this album is just wildly entertaining. Yeah, this is CORPSEFUCKING Art with Splatterphobia. Yeah. I want to say this is their 5th full-length album, and CORPSEFUCKING Art are a very, very well-known and well-regarded band based out of Italy. They have a very humorous, gory, horror movie-themed sort of style going for them, but they make their music sound so sick and creative. If I'm not mistaken, Mario from Vulvectomy and Devangelic joined the band as a guitarist, and I think his inclusion in the band makes that much more of a difference here for this band's later recent output. And here with Splatterphobia, you're going to get more of what you would expect out of CORPSEFUCKING Art in terms of visual styles, lyrics, creativity, hilarity. It's just really, really cool. And from reading this album's lyrics and going along this album's sort of concepts, there's a Killer Tomatoes theme going on around here. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are familiar with Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, maybe the movie or the animated TV series, but judging by the lyrics and some of the concepts of this album, I definitely get that Attack of the Killer Tomatoes sort of vibe here, in addition to the usual stabbings and slayings and guttings and all that sort of shit. It's incredibly fun. I love this album a lot. Satanic Barbecue, Tomater, RoboCorpse 2, Devoured by the Sauce. Seriously fun, over-the-top stuff. Great lyrics, great vocals, the musicianship is top-notch. I love everything about this album. And yeah, I gotta show you the little CD art here. You see the tomatoes that are on the album cover. I think it's very badass. And not to mention, Chris Moyen did this artwork. You rarely see Chris Moyen artwork in color, but I think when he does some color artwork, it's usually in the sort of red or orange sort of territory. But yeah, this is fucking badass. I love this album cover so much. And this album is so good. And not to mention, there's a Cannibal Corpse cover on here of Staring Through the Eyes of the Dead, which is an even bigger plus for me. So yeah, corpse fucking art, splatterphobia, absolutely legendary sounding stuff. This next one has been long in the making, but I'm glad that this was made possible. Yeah, this is Cranium with Psychosis. Yeah, 2018 release through Comatose Music, and this is the first Cranium release post the passing of the great Martin Funderud. Of course, Cranium is based out of Norway, but they've had a little more of an opportunity to include people from outside of Norway, from the UK, Denmark. This is a very straight-to-the-point international brutal death metal project, and here with Psychosis, it's pretty much what you would know and expect to be out of Cranium. You're going to get a lot of heavy snare tones, a lot of really nasty, down-tuned sounding riffs. I mean, this new guy that they have doing vocals for Cranium right now, he has a very distinctive voice of his own, and I think it definitely fits the Cranium sound and style very well here. But overall, I think this is a wildly entertaining record. Blob of Inhuman Metamorphic Transfusion, Forced Rectal Exhumation, Larva-Infested Cum Sluts, Face Fucked with a Brick. Yeah, pretty much the typical Cranium formula, but they know how to do the job done and do things very, very well here. Yeah, there you see the album cover art here by John Zig. Very, very cool. And just a brief description of what Psychosis is. A self-induced state of psychosis where your body and mind gets so intoxicated that it causes you to slowly melt away until death occurs. Extremely painful and excruciating. The origin of the disease is still unknown, but observed to often occur after repeated exposure to slamming brutal death metal. There you see the dude with the syringe and the skull here. Very, very badass. Wild over-the-top shit, but that's what you would expect out of Cranium, are things to be really wild and over-the-top, and Psychosis is that entertaining of a record. So yeah, check out Cranium and Psychosis. We got Mass Infection playing in the background, but I think it's only proper that I show you something brand new from Mass Infection. Yeah, this is the new Mass Infection album entitled Shadows Became Flesh. Yeah, this is their, I want to say this is their third full-length album, but yeah, it came out last year, and Mass Infection are one of those really killer Greek death metal bands that really transcend the style. They have a very modern sort of flair going for them, and I think it's very, very inventive and creative to see how far a band like Mass Infection has come along throughout their career. And here with Shadows Became Flesh, you get more of what you know and love out of Mass Infection here in droves here. Songs like Demise of the Almighty, Oath to Nothingness, At One with Demon Dreams. Just some absolutely killer songs being heard throughout the majority of this record. I think Mass Infection are only getting better and stronger with every single full-length album that they put out. I think they go for a little bit more of a minimalist sort of approach here with this album, in terms of not only just the album cover art, but just the ideas and the concepts beyond this album. I think it's really, really impressive, and hopefully Mass Infection can continue going on this hot streak that they've been going on here with this album. This is very entertaining stuff. So yeah, Mass Infection, Shadows Became Flesh. Go check this one out. And last but not least, we're going to get to showing a new band that has recently just signed to Comatose, and I think there is a lot of serious potential to be heard from this project. Yeah, this is Warm Flesh with Excoriation Evisceration. Yeah, 2018 release through Comatose Music, and this is their debut full-length album. I really don't know too much about Warm Flesh other than the fact that they are based out of California and that this is their debut full-length album. And going back to what I said about Abhorrent Deformity earlier, Warm Flesh have this very straight to the point, meat and potatoes sort of style of brutal death metal. You can hear it in the guttural vocals, the wild and chaotic riffs, the solid drumming. There's just a really top quality package to be heard here with this album. It's really, really short too, at about 25 minutes, but I think that there's going to be a lot more to come from this band in the future, and I really see a lot of potential to be heard here with this this band. Listening to songs like Deceased and Festering, the title track, Propagated Self-Hatred Through Viral Media, Tombs in Which Gods Decay. It's just really crazy and creative stuff, and Wormflesh have a lot of potential, and it shows here with this full-length album. So yeah, check out Excoriation, Evisceration by Wormflesh. Go check this one out. So yeah, I'm going to conclude this video. I'm going to leave you some links to where you can listen to some of these albums and purchase them. Comatose Music is an amazing brutal death metal label, and it really feels awesome to have been continuing to give this label coverage throughout the years. I can hope to continue doing that for many more years to come here on this channel. So yeah, if you happen to have heard or own any of these releases, definitely let me know what you think, how you feel, and we can go from there. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army Hell out.